Okay, so the way Bootstrap works is it works based on a grid system. You have 12 points or grids across the web page, and as you'll see when we start actually creating content, the particular classes to say how big those are. Now let's just quickly take a look. Now let's just quickly take a look at this page, getbootstrap.com. This is where you would get Bootstrap from if you're going to download it, but it's also where all the information about Bootstrap is held. Now, I wanted to bring you to this page very quickly in that you can see here, first of all, we have different class prefixes. So the one we're going to use is SM, which is for small devices and tablets. If I was to set it for just to be desktops, then we want MD. I'm using SM just purely because I want to set it to be a little bit more for small devices. But MD, or then you could actually have the large, which is, as you see there, greater than 1200 pixels. Then this is our horizontal stack, our grid. So we can have, if we were using MD as an example, same with SM and so on. One is to break it down into the smallest size, and you can see there's 12 across, and you could have like an 8 and a 4, for example, or a 4 4 4, which is a common one, or 6 6, which is what I'm going to use at the moment. You could, for example, have a 4 4 4, or you could actually have a 5 5, and then have a 1 in the middle. You can see you could have a 1 4 1 4 1. You can break it down to lots of different formats, but that's the point. It's based on a 12-point grid system, and then you can break it down into whatever size you want. So again, back to our web page. What I'm going to do is, after this class jumbotron, I only want to affect this part. So we can see that's where that ends. Let's create our first column. But before we begin that, what we need to do, we have to say div class equals row. This is just to put them on a row. Okay, I'm going to put all inside that right there. And then the next thing we want to do, we want to set a new div. Then we say class is equal to col dash sm dash 6, because it's going to take up 6 of those little grids. Going to take up half the screen basically, and then inside there I'm going to put my content. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come across to this page here, my last page, and I'm going to copy the content. I'm just going to copy the text because the images themselves are a bit big. What you could do is you could actually copy the images in there. We could have inside here a second class. Okay, and then what we could actually do, we could have our own CSS control the size of that image, like we did in the previous website. But just for now, just to give you the example of using Bootstrap and how we do this, I'm just going to put the text in there. That way you can actually see it working nicely. So then we're going to have another div class equals col sm6 again, because it's taken up 6 of that. And then all I'm going to do again is I'm going to come back and I'm going to copy this second bit of text here all the way to there. And I'm going to go back to my Bootstrap. I'm just going to paste it in there. Okay, make sure it's saved. And then I'm going to refresh the page. And there we go. I have my 2 nice lovely little columns.